Welcome to the Fredericksburg Center for the Creative Arts July Touch of Red National Juried Exhibition. I'm Carol Morgan, the curator of the Frederick Gallery, and I welcome you to visit in person or visit our website online to enjoy our exhibition. We're located in the historic Silversmith House at 813 Sophia Street in downtown Fredericksburg, Virginia. This month, July, we have two artists in the Members Gallery. We have Kay Thompson and Helen Burrows with fiber arts and quilts. Be sure to visit this very special, unique exhibit. This month, I'm pleased that we have been able to have the return of one of my jurors, Ward Saunders of Richmond, Virginia. Welcome again to the Fcca, Ward. Ward's formal training began at Virginia Commonwealth University, where he graduated in 1992 with a BFA in Communication Arts and Design, and again in 2003 with a BFA in Art Education. He also studied drawing and painting at the Art Students League in New York City. He has worked as a freelance illustrator, public school art teacher, and as a creative assistant at Virginia Living Magazine. He currently lives in Richmond, Virginia, and works on a variety of projects out of his Fulton Hill studio. Ward's current artwork centers in mixed media, representational figure drawings grounded by contour lines that are rich in quality and color. His creative use of charcoal, graphite, Conte crayon, ink, and watercolor are a vital part of his personal visual language. He is also currently teaching figure drawing in the Communication Arts Department at VCU. Welcome, Ward.
Hey Carol, thank you so much for such a wonderful welcome and invitation to come back to the Fcca to jury another show. And I'm super excited to be able to jury the Touch of Red show. And hey, I want to say thanks to all the artists for such wonderful submissions. I mean, we got a wonderful show, and to see all the pieces up hanging together is just a fantastic sight to see. So please make sure you make a point to come see this show while it's hanging. And thanks again for letting me come and be part of this great thing. Thank you. All right, so to begin with our honorable mentions, we have Bro Half from, where is he from? Kaloa, Hawaii. And I love this piece. It just called me over immediately from walking into the room because it has such a graphic quality. And, you know, there's this shape and line composition, both with very thick lines that fill each of kind of the thirds of the page, and then a finer line that plays into that line arrangement. And then, of course, the touch of red is playing on a heightened red, but for like what would be like a clay kind of dirt mud road that you might find. It says, well, the piece is called Red Road in Bright Fields, North Dakota. So, you know, I mean, you imagine how bright and muddy the road could be. Anyway, just a beautiful piece working on so many wonderful levels. So here we have a second honorable mention by an artist, Ellen Winsler, and she's from Spotsylvania, Virginia, and the name of this piece is Heartland. And I really responded to this because Ellen has such a unique visual language and really beautifully crafted shapes with an intricate line work. And if you are able to walk up and really look at the piece, you can see that there's quite a texture. I'm guessing with the paint buildup, I'm not sure, but it almost has a collage feel. But the craftsmanship is meticulous and excellent. And compositionally, I love the way the arc of the cloud, the horizon line, and the line work in the fields, everything's moving your eye over to the barn here, which of course is a touch of red, and it's just placed sort of in this little cutout area. And it's just a charming piece and a beautiful visual language. All right, and here we're looking at another honorable mention. This one's by Bob Worthy from King George, Virginia. This one is called Cool Encounter 1, and I think that really plays off this kind of cool green that's sort of the dominant color, but then is composed with the red, which is his complement. And, you know, again, it's a touch of red, right, in this green field. It's a really interesting abstracted piece. And I suspect this is a strong visual language for this artist. And I like the line work and the layering. And if you're able to see closely, there's a lot of writing. And it's not all legible, but you just get a sense of it being not only a visual language, but playing off the idea of language. And you can see some of the Asian calligraphy or kanji right here, but there's all kinds of writing in letter forms throughout. So a really interesting piece and a very layered piece. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. All right, we're looking at another honorable mention, and this piece is by Timothy Stevens from Frederick, Maryland. And it's a really powerful piece. It's titled "I'm Not a Number." And, you know, it really is powerful to see this layered image with all of these numbers, but to see the touch of red to play on that theme in a figure that wants to be identified as a human being and not a number. And it's just a very, very powerful statement. Again, it's very layered, and to see the red both in the numbers, in some of the numbers, and then in the clothing of the figure against that turquoise, blue-green field in background is very powerful. And you really do get a clear sense about foreground, middle ground, and background. But I keep coming back to this piece, and it resonates with me, and just think it's a strong, wonderful message. All right, now we're looking at the piece that I chose for a third place award, and it's by Rebecca Carpenter from Morgantown, Pennsylvania. And this piece is called Genesis, and it's a very powerful piece that has a narrative, or what I presume is a narrative to it. But I guess that's up to the viewer to decide what the narrative is for each person as an individual. But I love how dynamic it is. This figure, it's a figurative piece, but in this sort of snail shell position with a very graphic quality, suggesting the shell as well. And in a very textured background. If you could see closely, there's a lot of texture here, and a lot of drama in the pose itself. And of course, there's this red-orange with hints of red that's suggesting a touch of red, but what really said the touch of red for me was the red hair on the figure. I like that really played into the theme. So overall, just a very powerful, beautiful piece. Excellent work. All right, now we're looking at the piece that I selected for the second place award, and it's by Lois Baird from Orange County, Virginia. And it's titled "A Fiery Red Field." And of course, we understand, or we experience that right away. I love the way this piece has this foreground of these lush red flowers, and then we go to the middle ground, and then we have a background. I feel like I can walk into this piece and explore it. I love this kind of more narrow format, tall, and the way that the touch of red is expressed in this kind of waving line that curves around, and it really mimics or is parallel to the same gesture of the road. I think that's just a really smart compositional choice. Beautiful piece, and just think it's, I'm glad to present it with this award. All right, and here is the artwork that I gave the first place award to. And it's by Raquel Lopez, and she is from Culpeper, Virginia. And this is a self-portrait. And to me, this is the epitome of a touch of red. You have this beautiful, emotive portrait, self-portrait, with just a touch of red in her lips. And the power of that, I think, speaks volumes. And you do have a slight reddish tint in the background in that brown, so it kind of supports the theme as well, and plays off the skin tones and the light red in her cheeks. So there are a couple layers of that. A little bit of a red hint in the hair as well, if you can see the piece. So I just think it's an excellent job of painting, an excellent job working with the theme in a powerful, emotive way. And then just the point of view where I'm looking down at the hands, but I'm looking up almost under the chin and under the nose. So that's just really powerful. And then the detail and the print on the shirt, playing off the bold contrast of the darks in the hair and part of the outfit with the white. There's so many things that are wonderful. Just a beautiful painting. Well done.
Ward, I want to thank you for this exquisite exhibit where red and the touch of red has really brought some lively and varied paintings, photography, and mixed media to our gallery. You did a wonderful job, and it's so hard when you have to select a few pieces from many entries, and we end up with a cohesive and beautiful exhibit. But folks, you've got to come in to see this in person to really appreciate the varied pieces of work that we have in Touch of Red. Thank you. We hope to see you again, Ward.
Thank you so much, Carol.
Fredericksburg Center for the Creative Arts, where art and history meet.